On this episode of Carnage, we are back into the Torana. This is our 1974 TA Torana. It has a epoxy little 4-cylinder in it. We bought it a couple of years ago and we've been just chipping away at it. We started doing rust repairs recently, so we've rust repaired the firewall, the rear window, we've started on the floor pans, so that all the top side stuff's kind of done. But now we need to Sikaflex the floor pans and get some paint in there. But before we can do that, we need to get it up and do the welds on the bottom side of the floor pans, and that way once that's done, because there's no point doing the Sikaflex and stuff on the top side and then hitting it with heat underneath. That'll just melt all that stuff away, set fire to it actually. That stuff burns really well. Anyway, so ask me how I know. Anyway, so we need to do the welds on the underside, and then we can do our Sikaflex, do our sealant, our paint, all that sort of stuff, and say, job done on the rust repairs. And then we can throw all the spare parts into this from our spare parts car, make this a running and driving car. I know the engine runs. Whether we're going to use this engine or not, I don't know yet, but we know that engine runs because last episode that we did on the Torana, I actually wired it up just direct to the battery and the coil and fired it up, and it ran just fine, all 40 something horsepower of it. Anyway, we've never had this thing on the hoist before, so hopefully when we lift it up we're not going to find any surprises. But let's get it up on the hoist, let's have a look underneath and see what we're working with. Could be interesting. Up we go. Wow, she's pretty simple under here. I've seen more technology in a tractor out on the farm in the 80s. Anyway, yeah, there's not a lot to it, is there? Dinky little 4-cylinder. Looks like it's got a bit of an oil leak. Wow, that is a tiny little manual gearbox. That's, yeah. Not a lot to that. Oh, look at the diff. Isn't that cute? Oh. Wow, look at the diff. It's so tiny. It's smaller than my hand. Wow, it is nothing to that. It is just, wow. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to replace that with something a bit beefier. Even a banjo diff would be better. Just the standard 6-cylinder banjo diff would work. But yeah. Look, we still haven't even decided what engine we're going to stick in this thing. I do not know. There's been a million suggestions. Yeah, let's leave that for later. Too complicated to deal with at the moment. But yeah, tiny little drum brakes. Very long lower trailing arms. Yeah, but the floor pan looks pretty good. I mean, obviously we've replaced this section, so we're going to have to get in here and just wire brush some spots, and we'll put some welds underneath, press it in there and get some welds happening. And yeah, I might have to take this cross member out. Might get the trans jack in here, support the engine and gearbox here, take this cross member out. That'll give us plenty of room to work, and then we can break out the Kempe welder, burn some metal, have some fun. gives me some room to play. We'll go stripper disc. Actually, probably should do flappy disc first so I don't tear up this stripper disc. It's very easy to destroy these. So yeah, I'll go flappy disc first. So I'm just going to use a wire brush just to get in close so we can get a nice clean weld. Can't weld over paint. It just doesn't work very well. So just to explain what a difference this makes, when you use the big disc, you leave like a 4 to 5 mil gap that's got paint on it, and obviously you can't weld over the paint. You get this in there and it just goes right up to the edge. Sometimes you've got to make your own earth. Right, well, we've done some fairly passable stitches. The underside's all stitched in, it's all tucked in, so there's no big overhangs just flapping about. We did discover there is a rust hole over this side. So more content, another rust repair to do. So we'll get onto that a bit later, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. See what the schedule's looking like, but not too bad. I think other than that, near where the rust is, we can Sikaflex the rest and then shoot it in some stone guard and should be all good to go. That welder is awesome. Makes me feel awesome. So we're getting close to putting Sikaflex on this thing, but before we do that, I want to fix this rust repair. So last night I made up a bit of a patch panel here. So cut the bad metal out. I've got this patch panel sitting up in there, so I'm going to weld it in and we'll give it a coat of paint and then we'll Sikaflex all our floor pan stuff. And then we need that to dry before we can stone guard it or whatever. But yeah, let's do this patch panel. Then we can Sikaflex.
moments later.
Yeah, well, stop for 5 seconds to go have a drink. The dangers of welding in workshops. Okay, so we've had a little bit of excitement in the shed here. Turned around, had a drink, and Matty goes, fire. I'll turn around and yeah, the side of our rack here was engulfed in flames, so obviously some sparks from our welding had hit that piece of cloth, which probably had some fluid soaked into the bottom of it. But yeah, it went up pretty well. But fire extinguisher out in 2 seconds. No real damage. A little bit of a mess from the powder. Oh well, that's our bit of excitement for the day, but always watch out where your sparks are going. Anyway, we'll get this finished off and then we can get on to our Sikaflex. All right, we'll give that a bit of a clean up and then we'll start to Sikaflex. So while I was doing this rust repair, I discovered something, and that is this lower panel here has been replaced before. You can see the weld line there. They've done a pretty decent job, but yeah, from here down to there, this section has been replaced previously, which makes me wonder why they didn't replace the rust. You know, if you're replacing that, fix the rust underneath. But anyway, we'll get it done. We got it done. So we're going to use the same stuff we used on the ute for our Sikaflex, the 227, in black of course. This stuff is sandable and paintable once it's dried, so it's good in that way. Don't get it on your hands. A, it makes a massive mess, and B, it actually says may cause damage to your central nervous system. Yeah, don't get it on you. There we go. All electric like. Here she goes. So I'm going to run a bead around our join and then we'll smooth it out with a spatula or something. So might turn it down a little bit. We'll see how fast we go. Oh, is that fast? That's fast. Let's go slow. Right. There we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. All right, see how this goes. Good enough. It's not like I'm auditioning for the block or anything. So that's the underside all Sikaflex. Yes, it's rough. It's not supposed to be smooth. We can smooth it out with a sander later, and then we can wax some stone guard on it, but we'll have to let it dry and set before we do that. Let's go up top and finally Sikaflex the inside of the top side of the floor pan, and she'll be all sealed up for good. All right, down she goes. I don't have much left in this tube, so I think I'll probably get this back edge done. That's about it. We'll see. There we go. This is white. Damn it, I grabbed it out of the black box. That'll teach me for not reading the labels, even though they come out of a certain colour box. Damn it. Oh well. Is what it is. It isn't pretty, but it works. So we'll clean up this side with a wire brush, seal it up, and we're pretty much done for the day. All the sealant. So I think that closes up the body repair part of our little Torana rebuild. The floor pans are all fully sealed up. We need to let that Sikaflex dry and set, and then we can sand it a bit, and we're going to hit it with some stone guard, and like both underneath and up the top. And then it'll be ready to accept, you know, underfelt and carpets and all that sort of stuff, and we can start getting some parts transferred into this car to make it a running and driving a car. You know, we need something complete, you know, and we have all the parts up the back there in that other rusty wreck. So, lots to do, but yeah, we've got to let that Sikaflex set, do the stone guard, make it running and driving, and you're going to see all that in future episodes of Carnage. I got some sweeping to do.